At first, I thought Tank was just going to beat him in like 5 or 6 rounds. I don't know. We have to see now. I got caught up with the hype.
Hopefully, I could get that rematch because I know what I can do.
Left wondering, are we going to get a rematch with this? Which I wouldn't hate, but I don't know if there's like a big demand for it.
Legendary boxer Mike Tyson suggested that Gervonta Tank Davis reevaluate a rematch with Lamont Roach. Tyson emphasized the difficulties that Roach poses while acknowledging Davis' skill in the ring.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that.
Mike Tyson humorously said that the only similarity between himself and Gervonta Davis might be their legal issues when asked about them. He downplayed the comparisons, implying that aside from their run-ins with the law, their fighting styles and careers differ greatly. This response highlights Tyson's viewpoint on the different paths each boxer has taken.
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
When asked about the similarities between himself and Mike Tyson, Gervonta Davis has acknowledged Tyson's well-known abilities and strength. But Davis asserted that he has the whole package, suggesting a more complete set of qualities. This claim demonstrates Davis's conviction that he is a boxer who is both versatile and complete. Following the contentious draw with Lamont Roach, Davis stated that he was eager for a rematch because he felt that a second fight would give him the chance to show off his full ability and that the first fight didn't do so. Davis's desire shows that he is determined to correct the record and establish his supremacy in the lightweight class.
Good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it. You know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay.
The lack of a rematch with Ryan Garcia is cited by detractors as proof that Gervonta Davis is reluctant to take on difficult bouts, raising the possibility that he may steer clear a rematch with Lamont Roach. This viewpoint calls into question Davis' readiness to take on opponents who seriously jeopardize his reputation and record.
We will never see that fight happen again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not fight Lamont Roach again. He will not fight Tefimo. He will not fight, He will not fight those guys. That's just not who Tank is.
According to Gervonta Davis's frank analysis, Mike Tyson ran the risk of damaging his reputation by participating in exhibition bouts with online celebrities like Jake.
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly why it's found in it.
Why wouldn't you want to fight him? Who told Mike Tyson to fight either?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
So let's talk about
What's next for you? Hypothetically, if you are retiring, what's next for you? Are you going to be doing entrepreneurial stuff, training? Where can we see Tank in the next 3 to 5?
Yeah, I'd probably be more building my real estate portfolio and just trying to separate myself from the limelight. You feel like it's harder to find a fight you wanted years ago now that these guys are 40 years now. I don't even think about that stuff like that.
what good skills.
Me and fighters, y'all fail to realize, me and fighters are different. We're way different. I don't look at it this way. I don't care about belts and I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, I worry about getting my money and getting.
While acknowledging Davis's talent, Mike Tyson also stresses the importance of making wise decisions both inside and outside the ring. This mentorship-like advice highlights Tyson's recognition of Davis's potential and the pitfalls that could impede his ascent. Tyson has expressed admiration for Gervonta Davis's abilities, saying that Davis has the potential to become a legend with continued dedication and the right choices. Lamont Roach's last fight with Gervonta Davis was different from Davis's usual fights, in which he frequently wins by knockout. Roach showed incredible talent and tenacity, advancing Davis through all 12 rounds and ending in a contentious draw. This result demonstrated Roach's talents and raised concerns regarding Davis' performance against opponents of a high caliber.
Was Lamont Roach robbed in this fight? What do y'all think? We're seeing a lot of the comments. People seem to think he was. He did outland Tank Davis. But was it by enough to get that decision? What do you think? Here's one of the punches he threw at Tank Davis right here. You can see the effect. Tank Davis did not look like normal Tank Davis tonight. You could see Lamont applying the pressure all night, especially around that 6-round area where you usually see Tank Davis take off. I'll tell you what, it's one of the first fights I paid for that we got our money's worth. What an ending. You know, so a majority draw was the decision, but what do y'all think, guys? Do you think Lamont got cheated out of this decision, or do you think the right call was a draw? It was a wild night, and then the knee, right? The knee was bizarre. Why did Gervonta Davis take a knee? That was strange to me. It came out of nowhere. He said it had something to do with something in his hair or whatnot. That was weird. Lamont thinks he won the fight. I think we're definitely going to get a rematch, but I want to ask the people out there, what do you think? Was Lamont robbed tonight? Let me know in the comments.
Devin Haney, a fellow lightweight fighter, commented on the Roach-Davis bout, saying he knew how skilled Roach was and that he thought Roach deserved to win. Haney's viewpoint highlights the respect that Roach enjoys among his colleagues and contributes to the ongoing discussion regarding the fight's conclusion.
And finally, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Gervonta Tank Davis situation. What was your assessment on his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes, and yeah.
The controversial Roach-Davis battle, which featured contested decisions and an unexpected draw, has sparked numerous calls for a rematch. Both fighters and spectators are keen to see a definite result, with the hope that a second fight will establish who is the better boxer. As a result of the controversy, interest in a possible rematch has increased, making it one of the most anticipated events in the boxing community. Hey, fight fans, did you watch the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach bout? The judges declared it a draw, but let's face it, many people believe that Roach was robbed. Both fighters showed off their skills in the ring, and Roach was on fire, getting clean shots and outworking Tank in a number of rounds. But Tank also had his moments, showing off that explosive power we all know. However, I'm not sure why Tank went on one knee or wobbled and didn't swing it at Roach. But in any case, everyone is talking about a rematch that's coming up. Who wouldn't want to watch these two fight again? What do you think? Was the draw fair, or did Roach deserve to lose? Leave your comments below, and let's dissect this argument. According to boxing analyst Luke Thomas, Gervonta Davis may be considering retirement after completing his remaining 3 contractual fights, which would rule out a rematch with Lamont Roach. This insight implies that Davis's career path may not coincide with public demand for a rematch, leaving fans unsure about the likelihood of seeing the two fighters face off again. We're left wondering whether we'll get a rematch with this, which I wouldn't mind, but I'm not sure if there's a lot of demand for it. He doesn't call it out. Tank stated before this evening that he has 3 fights left, and this would have been one of them. Basically, if he can fit 2 more in this year, he said it was supposed to be against Tank and Shakur Stevenson. I'm not trying to add insult to injury, but PBC has had a bit of a rough run of things. They lost Canelo or whatever the underscore. Canelo is doing, but they still have Dante, who is still a big star. I'm sure this sold well, and it did well at the gate, so that's still fantastic. But they're hoping to build on this. They tried to get something going with Tinzu last year, but they failed. There is skepticism about Devon, given the number of lucrative fights that Davis has access to. His dedication to a rematch with Lamont Roach. Critics contend that Davis must face tough opponents in order to confirm his reputation. Davis's assertion that hair gel impacted his performance also caused controversy, a statement that was contradicted by his hairstylists, who pointed out that his hair was styled the day before the fight. We discussed it, and Tank stated that he wants to set up this rematch as early as May. In my opinion, his reputation has already grown, and he is already well known. But the fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw doesn't even matter because he is directly in line to face Keane Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and others. I can see him. She should have kept quiet as a hairstylist, in my opinion, because there was nothing for you to say and no boxing fan would have looked at them and said, "Ah, we don't want her braid my hair." However, she hurt herself when she came out and made several public claims about all these receipts that no one needed or asked for, claiming that there was no oil or grease on them. Sometimes it's best to keep quiet, but you guys let me know in the comments if she should have remained silent, or if she did what she did, and it spoke up. When expressing his opinions about Gervonta Tank, George Kambosos did not mince words. Davis' recent draw against Lamont Roach, he expressed that Roach performed exceptionally well, showing incredible skill and resilience. Kambosos was particularly impressed by Roach's ability to shock Tanks, something not many fighters have been able to do. Did you make of that fight on the weekend? What did you make of the controversy in that one? Look, I had just finished my recovery session, so I was pretty and relaxed. And then the fight, especially at the start of it, wasn't too thrilling and too action-packed. So I was off a little bit, but I woke up a little bit more when obviously Lamont started giving him some work, and he looked good. Man, I got to give respect to Lamont Roach. He proved a lot of guys wrong. I think he shocked Tank a lot with what he was able to bring, and again, we saw the controversy with the knee. To me, that's a knockdown. You can't just take a knee and decide to, go your corner, hit your face wiped. So yeah, if that's a 108 round, Lamont wins the fight. So it's unfortunate. But that's the fight game, hopefully they'll do it again, and he gets paid. You know what he's worth. Have you ever seen anything like that in boxing before? Sort of just violent, despite the debate. Floyd took a knee,